A choo-choo train chugging down the track. Ooh, roller train.
Well, Barrel Rollers Podcast 11. I'm sure it's 11 this time. Pretty sure. The goalposts. 11.
Yes.
Something a bit different, experimental. We got as many admins as we could cram into this podcast. Now, we've all had our chances at having introductions, so no introductions, but I want to go around the room for people listening at home so they know who we've got here. We've got KasualKevTV.
Hello, everybody. Hey, yo.
We got BuzzBuzzinton.
Inside. How we doing?
Place. Wolve3591.
Hello, you dirty rottens.
Agersi.
Hello, everyone.
Nizcik.
Hey there.
And BrothersChris.
Hello and welcome. Enjoy.
All right. We hope this could be the first of a new series of podcast type that we have, and we'll see how we go about it. The idea, I think, is that we get all of the admins together on a regular basis. We talk to the community about things that we have been doing, things that we're currently doing, and things that we plan to do. Any particular hot topics that come up. This could be a good forum for more communication directly between the admins and the community. And so great to have everybody in the same place at the same time. Have all the faces.
We've had so many meetings with the group here, but this is the first time I can actually see all of you scoundrels at the same time. It's kind of
means I can't pull my faces now. That's all.
And we managed to coordinate the time zones. What a nightmare it's been the last couple of weeks.
every time we have a daylight saving switch like we just did, it's a pain, right? And it drags out, like, because we don't all switch from and to daylight savings at the same time. It drags out over like a month of us going, all right, so who's gone in, who's gone out, which way have they gone?
It's a testimony to our team here that we're able to sync different regions across the globe like we have. It's amazing.
I mean, you think, Wolver? Them meetings took at least an hour and a half just to sort a little timetable out. They're very extraordinary, to say the least. Very eventful.
They could be quicker, but we like each other's company, Chris. It's
true.
It's about the team, right?
We like to
spend
warp
time
our
together
brains
because we love
together.
each other.
Teamwork. I'm sure we're all glad that meeting finished.
Yeah.
It's true. You know, we try to set time limits on the admin meetings, but we end up just blabbering about stuff. Having a good time. I think maybe this could be a way we do admin meetings in the future with the cameras on. But I mean, because you still don't need to wear pants, but you did need to put a shirt on.
Well, I think we should. I was going to suggest it in the last meeting.
Or maybe we don't. Maybe we don't need to put shirts on.
Sounds like a party.
If we keep the nipples out of the scene, you'd be all right, right?
Band-Aids?
Is this where we discuss the channel we all landed in yesterday? Oh my goodness!
I saw a nasty butt crack and I turned it off.
Me too. I'm like, and I had two tabs. I had two tabs on that channel. I'm like, what the heck is going on here?
I turned it off immediately.
The
landmines that are in Twitch.
The first thing I thought when I saw that is, how many of my Twitch friends are looking at what I'm looking at? Why is Kev watching this? I didn't choose
But
it.
the first thing the first thing wasn't the butt crack I looked at. It was the numbers. I'm like, would you look at the numbers this gal's pushing? Oh my God.
Well, Wolf, we know what you need to wear for your next
Exactly.
stream.
Yeah, I need to stand in an inflatable pool with my skivvies on and drink some champagne.
I was more surprised.
Maybe
It's
so.
actually, I checked out the Just Chatting channel. She was not the only one. There's
course
multiple
not.
doing it
Of course
with
not.
10k each. It's apparently the new thing.
Apparently so.
It's been that way for a while, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a
No,
corner
Chris,
of Twitch
Chris
that I
is so
never
naive
see.
and innocent. Nope.
But
Sad thing is, I
with
feel
all
like
your
I've
Twitch
heard that name before.
Yeah.
With all your
Sorry,
Twitch
Wolf.
friends, you have to be very careful about what you watch because all your friends on Twitch are going to see what you're watching.
Yeah.
That's why I have.
I just
blocked-
watch barrel rollers. If
No
a
one
barrel
can see
roller
who I'm
raids something
watching.
weird,
Niz knows how to handle it, but
yeah.
yeah, there's alternate accounts. That's a possibility as well.
There you go. There you go.
All right. Well, let's get started. We've got a list of some of our topics that we thought we'd attempt to cover. We'll see how we go. But number one on our list of things to discuss is our Assetto Corsa Competizione season number 2 has just wrapped up. And yeah, really amazing how many different people we had joining in, the kinds of racing, the kinds of discussion that spawned from it. But yeah, a recap of it. Agersi, we'll start with you. Agersi is the main brains behind our Assetto Corsa Competizione. Agersi, what's your take on how did you find the last season that we just wrapped up?
Yeah, I think it went really well. Actually, we grew enormously compared to the first season we had, and I think what we are trying to do with the league came more through this season. More the drivers started to understand that, you know, we are all a bit competitive, but this is more so a place to learn. And if you want a competitive league, there's plenty of those out there.
Yeah.
And that's, we're not just trying to be another one of those. And yeah, we ended up with 46 people, different people taking part this season, with the most people at Mount Panorama and with 36 at track at once.
Of all places, to have the highest attendance, it was Mount Panorama.
Yep.
We track with one of the narrowest, trickiest sections.
We managed to have a parking lot not only on the uphill but also the downhill. It's pretty
And
good.
going across the top.
Yep.
But here's the thing, in my opinion, it's like this is how we all learn, not just the drivers, but us as the admins of the league, as the organizers, as a community. You know, it presents us with the challenges that we hadn't anticipated, and we're like, oh, okay, we got to deal with this. So that's,
I feel like everyone can learn from it. Like, not just... I've been learning this entire season how to deal with getting lapped, even though I was in a pretty fast car. So next season, when I'm going to GT4, I'll know how to get lapped. It's going to be second nature to me.
very good point.
And of course, all the aliens are going to learn how to drive with slower guys that, you know, are unpredictable. So there's definitely something for everyone to come and learn.
100%, and yeah, absolutely. In an environment where you know, we like to discuss, you know, how things went. In an environment where we have friendships that are outside of the constraints of just for league, without a doubt. So we've got a 2.4 hour endurance at Spa as a between season palate cleanser, a chance for people who don't normally join in with a league to join in. So Buzz and I are actually gonna throw down with a GT4 during the endurance. And yeah, so even if you can't commit to the league, even if you're not sure about the league, this is a good chance to get in there and see what it's about. But season 3 is lined up.
Absolutely. So as you say, I'm very much looking forward to seeing you guys on track next weekend, the 10th of April. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And of course, we have the season started just the weekend after, at the 17th. So there's going to be information out of that very, very soon. Probably when this podcast goes live, it's probably already out.
Awesome.
So yeah.
We had Nizcik join in for this season as well. Niz, what are your thoughts as a participant? And Niz was streaming it on Twitch as well. How did that go for you?
I mean, I saw it as a very, like a perfect opportunity to start learning, because I'm not into circuit racing at all.
Sure.
And I didn't have really any experience on it. But like, this seemed a very, very fun way to get on it. And that was exactly what I got. So I took it very seriously. I practiced before the races, and then I went into the races. But like every single minute on the track, it was like a learning experience for me.
For sure.
And yeah, it takes a bit of a discipline. How do you pronounce that word?
Discipline, yes.
Discipline, yes. But yeah, a lot of lessons to learn. And what Agersi was saying, like, to learn how to get lapped. I struggled with that couple of races, but then I went through my replays and I looked up what would be the optimal way for me to let people pass. That was one of the big things, and then I got to have a couple of battles. I think with Ruination we were pretty same pace, and with Agersi we got into a couple of battles. So there was couple of passes I managed to take.
Nice.
But overall, like, it was amazing learning experience, and I'm looking forward to next season. I do want to continue.
Awesome, Niz. It'd be great to have you still there, and that is a good point. You know, we have, thanks to the number of entrants we do have that wide range of skills, skill level. Which means that up and down the field, like, you know, Buzz and I, during our commentary stream, we notice, we look up and down the field and go, whoa, there are battles happening up and down the field. You know, people sticking with each other for multiple laps, trying to work each other out. And, like, it's you know, the saying goes, rubbing is racing. You're gonna end up bumping and punting. Right, that's how these things have become memes. You know, no punterino. It happens. It's racing. You know, everyone's scrambling for every inch of track space. But here is a way that you get to learn that, right? So don't be distraught if you join in and this happens. Like, this is racing. You're actually learning racing. So good call, Niz. Good call.
Yeah, my approach, like, personally, was like, I don't want to get in and ruin anyone's race. So I only wanted to do clean racing, but still I wanted to keep it fun for myself. So I always, every single race on the first lap, I always expected that there is going to be some carnage. Some people are going to spin out. And it happened. I think it happened pretty much every time. I was just laughing along when I'm passing people, or if I get punted, then I laugh that off as well. But yeah,
exactly. There are no real trophies or prizes for. I mean, there's you know, bragging rights, but that's about it for winning. Like, it's really about getting on the track and enjoying yourself. So cheers, Niz. So I think that leads us nicely to something that's been happening a fair bit recently, and that's other forms of the social things that we have. We've had some Dirt Rally 2 lobbies around the place. We of course have our trucking convoy. We had a trial of an Assetto Corsa cruise day yesterday. We've also run Automobilista 2 events, and I think we've got some other things planned for the future. Well, it is a challenge, though, running these lobbies.
Indeed.
There are multiple challenges. Number one is when you're streaming and in control of a lobby, you need to keep control of a lobby. You need to keep an eye out for your stream. If you're, running voice chat, you need to control voice chat. It is quite the challenge, and to add to boot that we don't have much in the way of cross-platform lobbies. I think the only exceptions would be Forza Motorsports and Forza Horizon. These are probably the only exceptions. I can't think of any other cross-platform racing games. No.
Which makes it a limiting factor, especially with the DR2 lobbies, when you can't connect the cross-platforms.
Then there are limitations in lobby size. You've got the 8-player limit in Dirt Rally 2. If you're going to do cooperative Forza Horizon, which is very popular, your limit is 6. Very competitive, it goes up higher. But I think one of the times we get to have the biggest sort of social things, it'd be either Assetto Corsa or trucking sims, where we get the convoys going. But they are a challenge. There's time zone constraints as well. Trying to find the ideal time for everyone is impossible. Somebody's waking up early and other people are staying up late at all points. No matter what time you make it, it's always going to be either early for some people and late for other people. So I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts on that? On how we're managing that? What sort of things we might be able to do? What we are doing? The compromises we're making?
I can speak to the Beers and Gears lobbies. As you say, it's very difficult to manage multiple voice channels, especially if you're streaming. I would appreciate suggestions on how to make those DR2 lobbies more accessible. I just it's a difficult. I mean, we see Nathaniel Tragic doing this on every Sunday as well, and there are dramas that happen in these channels. And sometimes we get exuberant folks in there that perhaps forget that their voices are being streamed live. So I think utilizing the tools we have in Discord to better control those chats is a good thing. But I'd like to see that expand well beyond Dirt Rally 2 if we can. But again, the limitations are challenging.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I do agree.
Go ahead.
Sorry, Kev. For the ACC League, it's been a constant struggle for all the seasons, finding out when is it gonna fit everyone the best. And we've been sticking with one time for the entire thing. We're actually gonna go 1 hour later for the next season for the Aussies to be able to be a little bit more awake when they race with us.
Yeah,
but it is very hard.
So during this time of year, during the middle portion of the year, when the Northern Hemisphere goes into summer and the Southern Hemisphere goes into winter, the gap between the time difference extends to a 2 hour time, 2 hours more than it was previously. So it's 2 hours earlier for people in the Southern Hemisphere who've come out of daylight savings, which it does make coordination very tough. But I don't know. Aussies sort of learn to deal with it, and that's sort of what we have to do. Kev, what were we going to comment?
I was just going to make a comment on the truck. Obviously, scheduling is tough for trucking, and Buzz probably could speak on this better than I can. But the scheduling is one thing. You got to pick your time right, and then we know we're going to go for 2 to 3 hours. But then we've taken some suggestions from some folks. Maybe better coordination on where we're meeting up, maybe exact points where we're meeting instead of just a city. And like I said, Buzz probably could speak on this better than I can. It's just something that popped in my head as far as things that we're doing to improve on what we're currently doing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, like Rain says, we're always trying to do different things and work it out in different ways, and that's something we've been doing with the trucking. We have moved the times around recently to try and fit in with ACC and other things, and we're learning all the time, So this timings is one thing that we're learning from moving the trucking and things like that. And like you say, Kev, taking people's suggestions. Suggestions are always helpful. It sort of helps us do things or sort of guide us in some sort of way, and we can make decisions with that in mind, sort of thing. So yeah, suggestions are always a helpful thing.
For sure, we love getting the suggestions. In fact, the more feedback, the better. But we can't always implement.
Yeah,
for various reasons.
Everything can't work, right? Everything can't work.
Yeah,
but suggestions can always spark other ideas that we can maybe use as a workaround or find other ways around things.
Precisely.
Or it fuels other things. So
we're certainly looking for suggestions from the community for other social games that we can possibly adapt.
We get a lot of feedback. We get a lot of suggestion, and sometimes it takes us months. Like we try to talk about it. We try to work out how we actually going to do this, and it can take months for us to work out how to do it, because we come up with struggles that we haven't found a solution or a workaround for. So yeah, it's tough. It's tough sometimes, and
it's like bug finding. Just iron out all the bugs.
Trying to find the time.
Update.
Yeah, to get everything organized as well is a constant struggle as well. Like the same issues that get in the way of getting social lobbies done, also get in the way of getting us together and chatting and working out things. So sometimes just coordinating an admin meeting can be tough as well.
Just getting us all together is hard enough, let alone to figure out every other thing that's going on in the community, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I feel sometimes that I would need more hours to a week to manage everything, because it's not only the time when we organize something, but it's also the date. We have the roller train now every working day, and weekends are a kind of obvious choice to plan some events. But then I have heard a couple of comments that some people are doing weekend shifts, so those people cannot join the events on weekends, and it's just a constant struggle to find a suitable time for everyone to do everything.
Yeah. Always a struggle. Like, it's compromise on top of compromise, but we'll keep doing what we can. We've got some different events lined up for future. I know that at some point, we would like to try something as different as Microsoft Flight Simulator. So that's something that we've got lined up in the future. But I think sooner than that, we're going to go with another Wreckfest lobby.
Yep, we got some Wreckfest coming up soon. We've also got some Spa some ACC and some trucking before that. We've got some Wreckfest coming up in the next couple of months, and the Microsoft Flight Sim. But keeping the sort of car theme there as well. So going to some racetracks, maybe taking it to some rally tracks, trying to find some different places throughout the world. So yeah, that could be quite good fun. I'm looking forward to the Microsoft Flight Sim one. So yeah, we've got some few events coming up. Keep your eyes peeled in the upcoming events. There'll always be something there.
Awesome, should be fun. And with our yesterday's Assetto Corsa social, I think, Buzz, you made a new addict in BrothersChris, who seemed to really enjoy himself at Glencoe.
Yeah, last night, I believe, Chris.
Yeah, it's I enjoy that style of gameplay. Just chilling out, checking roads out, driving different cars, especially the rear-wheel drive cars. And I enjoy that Assetto Corsa. I played it today actually as well. So, and I think it helps me with racing lines. And I'm always thinking about my rally, and I'm always thinking that this is definitely going to help me rally. I actually went and played rally afterwards. It was terrible.
I really think that the skills are transferable. Yeah, but like me coming back, so before I picked up Dirt Rally 1, my Dirt Rally 1 was my first rally game. Before I picked that up, the main thing I was doing was Assetto Corsa, and those kind of roads. The either the open world routes where you can just go wherever you want, or point to point like hill climbs and the like. And it was the fact that I was looking for more, and I devoured everything that I could find on the Assetto Corsa, and I still wanted more. And I'm like, well, rally's point to point, right? That's got some tarmac. I'll give that a go. So that's what got me into Dirt Rally in the first place. So it's nice to come back, and coming back to Assetto Corsa and doing this kind of thing. I tell you, things that I picked up because of Dirt Rally 2, I'm applying in Assetto Corsa, and it works. It works out. It's really good. But I think Assetto Corsa for a social event, it gives us a lot of options. I remember we did we going back about a year ago, maybe even more than a year ago now. We did do some social things on Shuto Expressway. I think even Kev joined in for that. And
that's been about a year ago.
Yeah, it was quite some time ago. And I think back then we didn't have the experience that we have now. We didn't have the crowd that we have now. We've had so many new people coming in and who are contributing. I'm really excited for what we could do with another one of these kind of things. We've had some good creative suggestions, and so yeah, really looking forward to more of these kind of events coming up.
I've actually got a map from when we did one about a year ago. I've got 2 Scotland maps now, and every time I seem to play a Scotland map, I seem to enjoy that game a lot. So yeah, so I went back in and played that Scotland map, which we did in a social lobby. Can't remember. Could have been about 8 months ago. But I enjoyed that as well.
I'd love to see us all do a track day at Nordsliff. I think that would be a fun one.
For sure.
Absolutely.
You know what I've learned about this conversation? This is good for everybody in the Dirt Rally community. Make Chris play other driving games, and he slows down in Dirt Rally.
Yes.
Slows down, Chris.
To be honest, Kevin, it really did concern me. I thought, oh shit. I did. I really sat back and thought about it for about a minute. I says, why have I just driven like that? And I realised, obviously, because I've been on that circus.
There's a bit of residual over push from game to game. You've got to adjust.
You do, for sure. Muscle memory.
Right. So, on the agenda, we also have we've so actually something that's happened recently is we just rolled out the enthusiast role in Discord. The roles and the way they're set up, it's been something that has evolved over time, and it's going to keep on evolving. I think we had an old setup that I think we were just more sort of setting up on the fly as things were happening, and we were adjusting to various things. We had promoted streamers, we had community streamers, and we were trying to work out how to best categorize who was who. So by way of explanation, what we really want to achieve out of some of these roles is, I guess, recognition for the people who are really putting themselves into the community, really contributing to what we're doing, really trying to help us move forward with what we're doing. And it's twofold. Number one, it's recognition. It's to these guys who a lot of these guys are super humble. You know, they're not out for glory. And if you don't stop and look, you know, you might not recognize that these guys are there. You got really silent people who are just in there all the time. It's only when you look and you go, wow, you know, this person, like, they join all of our social things. They participate in our clubs. You see their name all the time in the streams. They might not be the loudest of people. You know, they might be fairly quiet, but they're there. They're always there. So, number one, we wanted to make sure we acknowledge these people. Number two, some people are streamers. And we want to highlight them. We want to because we might know who they are as an admin team, but we want more of a community to know who they are. And it keeps on happening to us regularly, where we don't realize people are streamers ourselves as admins. And as the admin team, we are watching what's happening in the community. If we don't know, if we miss these things, for sure other people will miss them. I think that happened yourself last night, Wolvie, when you were after Beers and Gears, you were looking for someone to raid. Right? That's one example of how it happens. It happens to me all the time as well. And this enthusiast role is just a first step. We've got older legacy roles that need to clean up. So yeah, we're working on it, and our to-do list, it's extensive. It's not, maybe it's not the huge sort of sprawling sort of thing, but the things on there I think are considerable efforts.
Yeah, every item that gets taken care of, 2 more get added. So
yeah,
you know, just
you know what I love to see about it though is that new enthusiast group is the excitement of the people that are there, the excitement that they realize that we recognize their efforts.
Yeah, and
I don't know, I get excited to go there and just see the posts, and it just makes me happy. Makes me happy, and I'm a happy guy, but it makes me more happy. Most of the time I'm happy.
I was also surprised how well it was received. I'm really happy to see all the good comments, but I didn't expect so big reaction to it.
Yeah, and we were only just starting with this role, but there are things we plan to do. So there's a question that comes up from time to time. And this is probably a really good way of addressing this. And that's the BarrelRoller logo and its usage in streams or on YouTube or wherever. And some people might have noticed we are somewhat guarded with the logo, and we have been. Perhaps we've been overly guarded over the last couple of months. And the reason for that is in our earlier times, when we were just sort of picking up some momentum, the logo just sat on Discord and anybody could come in and grab it and slap it on their stream, and there you go, the logo's out there.
How do you think I got here?
yeah, your stream's got a lot of slapping of things.
Yeah, I just comment.
Yeah,
the logos, right.
He likes a slapping. Kev's all about slapping these days as well.
Some more slapping.
I don't
going on
slap
over there
anybody,
too.
but yeah, I don't slap. I'm very nice to my viewers. They slap the shit out of each other.
They're like thousands of slaps that have happened already. That's where it's happened.
I believe your 1000th slap, Kev, was me. You to me was your 1000th slap.
I slapped you for number 1000.
Yeah.
See, I don't remember the details like that.
Oh, I do.
I apologize.
Yeah.
You are my friend.
Yeah. It
I'm
wasn't
sorry.
there really. It was...
But did you really slap yourself when I hit you?
Well, yeah, but it wasn't there.
Oh. Okay.
Anyway,
sorry.
Those listening and watching at home, this is yet another reason we don't get things done. Sometimes is we try to talk about something, and next thing we know,
tangents.
It's funny because it's true.
Yeah. Where were we?
And then there's and then it takes us a while to get back on track.
Logos.
The logos. I came in and stole the logo.
Logos.
The logo was on the Discord, but we did take it down.
Logos went to slapping, then
Logo slapped on his butt. That's what we're doing. Yeah.
So we realized quickly that we couldn't just leave it out there for anybody to grab and use. But then trying to assess who to allow to use it and how to distribute it has become bottlenecked. Because basically it's the 7 of us who will have to talk about distributing the logo to someone when somebody requests it, and that relies on us having memory to remember. Oh yeah, somebody asked about the logo, and then even if we talk about it, even if we agree on it, we might not action it, and we might not go, all right, here are the logos, here are the terms. So we feel like that the people who are here, the 7 of us, we're all really proud of the logo and what it represents and what the community represents. We want the logo to represent the community well. And so we want it to go to people who have that same level of understanding as we do about what the logo should represent, and that it is, if you've got the logo on your stream, if you've got it on your YouTube or whatever, that you are representing us. Whatever you do, it represents the barrel rollers. And I do think that there are a lot of people out there who don't have the logo who would represent us extremely well, and we'd like to get the logo out to. We just need to work out a good way of distributing it and making sure we have that sort of understanding, like sort of explicitly, not implicitly. So currently, some people we have managed to get the logo out to, and I think pretty much everyone who's got it should have that level of understanding. So yeah, hang in there if we haven't gotten a logo out to you yet. We would like to sort of formalize things and write it down and put it out there in a way that everybody can read and everybody can understand. But that takes work, and we're trying to write it down in the right sort of language, the right sort of verbiage.
It'll be a 3-hour meeting at some point in the future.
It's tough, like multiple drafts to get it right. Yeah. Until then, it is likely we will be rolling out the logo gradually to people that we've known for a long time, people that we can pull in and have that discussion with.
And we've got different versions of the main BarrelRoller logo as well, correct?
Correct.
And will we tighten that up at some point, or
look, we know. So I'm gonna. Okay. So my blue screen goes to there, but I'm pointing at Kev. Kev is he's like our art director. He's our creative guy. That guy.
I'm half-assed at this stuff, though.
That's
fine.
I
mean, I love. Okay, when we started this barrel roller thing, there was like the first 15 of us, and I'm like, oh, we're called the Barrel Rollers. I made the first thing right in like 20 minutes, and it became a thing. And then we're like, well, you want to update it? And I'm like, how am I? I'm not skilled with this stuff. So here's the next one. So yeah, I'm the guy right here.
Yeah,
like my fault.
There are some
Give
versions.
That man a felt pen. Give him a felt pen, some construction paper. He'll build something.
There are some versions of a logo that are out there that we don't really want to continue to be used, right, Kev? There's a couple. One? Yeah. Yes. If it looks like Kev's lips, then that's what we don't.
Stay
we
away.
don't want it to continue to be used.
That's not us. That's some other barrel rollers.
But also, Kev, I think half ass might be TOS compliant. I think if a full ass came out, then that could be big TOS. No, but so I know that there are other creative types out there who might want to do things with a logo, but again, we sort of want the logo to be consistent throughout, and we're letting Kev be the guy who I think Kev has the most artistic flair out of a lot of us in this regard. So yeah, it's
his artwork is throughout many of our streams.
Correct.
He's built many emotes for many of us, overlays, animation. Amazing. He does amazing work, whether he thinks it or not. Kev.
I like to try stuff. That's all. I just like to try stuff, and you guys are my guinea pigs.
So the overlays, the text, the logos that are used in the Barrel Rollers podcast, it's all Kev. For every single one, it has been Kev. So yeah, that's why I think it's good for us to have that consistency of the one mind, going, okay, this is how things should be. I don't know if what we might do in the future with future versions of a logo, but it's unless it's got Kev's seal of approval, but it's not an official logo. And we want to have that consistency so that people recognize the logo, people know what's happening, people know what it's about. Other than the enthusiast role, there are sort of legacy roles that are still in place that are also going to change. Again, working on it, it takes some time. We also want to be more clear about what all of the admins are doing, what we're working on, who to turn to. So we're doing that just like I mentioned right now that Kev is our creative director. I guess maybe also throw into there something like about social media and branding. But we'll make this very clear in the near future, who's who. Because I think people sort of knew implicitly, but the rate that we've grown, we have people coming into the Barrel Rollers and they don't know who does what. So yeah, that is definitely on the cards for us. We've also had a lot of people, a lot of new people boost the Discord as well, and it's enabled us to hit, what is it, level 2?
Yeah.
Yep.
Level 2.
Level 2 of a Discord. So
80 megabytes of photo upload now. I love it. Yeah.
So number one, massive thanks from all of us for the generosity. So we're trying to work out what we might do as a way to reward people who are boosting the Discord, because again, just like with the enthusiast role, there have been people who are boosting the Discord for a long time, very silently. So we've got to put something there to acknowledge and to reward these people who are doing that. So number one, thank you. Do we have a list? Does anybody have a list?
I don't think we've compiled that yet. We probably need to.
You should be able to go to the roles and just go to the members. I fear doing that myself because of the number of screens that I've got running at the moment. I don't want to mess anything up. So, by way of explanation, I've got two OBSs running to do what I'm doing right now, and also I'm streaming to Discord, and I'm recording in Audacity, and
we've got we've got 10 boosters out there right now, guys.
Read them out.
Myself, CMH, Agersi, Snappy Jace, Casual Kev, Raindancer right there, BrothersChris, Isuju, Ebot, and Yellow Sun. Thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate your support. Absolutely.
And also, Yellow Sun double boosted the server. Oh. I double boosted the server as well. So.
I think there are a few double boosts. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few double boosts.
Yep, a few double boosts is what got us over the line. Yeah. So massive thanks.
Nice. Yellow Sun was the last one for the double boost. That took us to 15.
Yeah, that pushes us over the line. It's unlocked more. What's the next level? It's a bit of a distance. So one of the reasons we didn't really I guess talk about this much is because initially there are a couple of us who are boosting the server to get us to level 1. And the gap between level 1 and level 2 was like an extra, what is the gap? An extra 12 people need to boost or something like that, will we?
Yeah, it's a pretty big gap. It's a big leap. And we mainly wanted to experiment with streaming in Discord, which is why I started boosting. We wanted to unlock that feature.
2 boosts for the first unlock.
Next one is 30. So
next one's 30. So it's twice as many again. So the reason we weren't talking about that much is we felt we weren't of a size yet that it made sense to go for the next level, but I guess that's just sort of happened organically, that we've grown and people wanted to support, and so people have supported this way. And again, we're not going to ask anybody to do this. It's the level 2 boost. It probably isn't a goal as such. It'd be awesome if we got there. I think for now it'd be awesome if we can maintain level 2.
Yes, agreed. Yeah,
because
the benefit to the community
all it gives. Sorry, Wolve.
Oh, go ahead.
So all it gives is a bit higher audio quality, and we get what is called a vanity URL, so we can get like discord.gg/thebarrelrollers as our invite link. And of course a few more emotes and a bit more upload, but it's not like it gives a massive amount.
Yeah, but
your ROI isn't huge.
Yeah,
where it comes,
the vanity URL would be fantastic.
It would.
To just have that one easy URL for everybody to remember and to use. But So
level 2 is fantastic, though.
Yeah, if
Level
we
two
can do
is
that,
fantastic.
it's really helped with the photo uploads, with the video uploads, obviously, and it helps to build and sustain the community. So
Yeah,
thank you to the boosters
it helps us
out
get
there.
more out of Discord. So thank you. Yeah, it is our home. You know, Discord absolutely is our home.
Also, watch this space. Kev is making a banner. We get a banner as well for Discord as well.
Mm-hmm.
Kev's on that.
There you go.
He's struggling.
Yeah, we have seen.
He's
We have
struggling.
seen.
I am struggling. I am struggling.
Artists.
I've reached out to some friends looking for cool screenshots, and I'm coming
think-
up blank.
But have you considered maybe photoshopping all the logos on your shiny head? That might work as a screenshot. That could
It's
work.
pretty shiny today. I look like a white beached whale over here. What the heck? Yeah, we could put anything on my head right now, I think.
Could be a good one.
Timing
I
of
don't
that.
know.
Yeah.
His timing always when I have a mouthful of water. That's what he said.
I have a
Yes.
couple of yes because of the level 2 boost on the Discord. We have the ability to create a Discord banner for the barrel rollers, and I am working on it. I have floated a few ideas to the other admins. I'm not completely sure that I'm happy with anything that I've done so far, and I based off of the comments, there's mixed reaction on which ones the guys here in this discussion like. So I want to come up with the perfect one. Maybe we'll have some multiple banners and we can cycle them in and out.
Yeah,
and-
rotation.
or something like that. Yeah.
Let me tell you all, this is Kev's biggest project, and he's really struggling. I can't believe he's took so long on this, to be honest.
You know what?
I give him something to do for me. Look, listen, I said to him, I think you were in my stream, and
I was in your stream.
Yeah, and I keep saying it's your fault. I always blame someone else. So Kev says, I'm going to make you an email for that. And an hour later, I'd finished my stream, and I had the free emotes there. So
What can I say?
So when we got this Discord level, the same day, within an hour, I'm going, Kev, we need a banner for Discord. And I'm expecting it to come back within about 2 hours. I'm going to go, yeah, that's fantastic, mate, as usual. But nope, it's not here. Still waiting.
Yeah.
It's true. So like we record this in Whereby, shattering the illusion of how we do this. We use a site called Whereby to do this video portion of a podcast, and it's what we've used since the start, since we started doing the video stuff, right? And normally we finish the podcast and I load up the recording of this and get a screenshot of it. I send it to Kev, and Kev creates a mask, and that normally would be, you know, maybe a turnaround time of a couple of hours, right? Because, you know, maybe Kev wasn't part of the podcast, so maybe Kev's having dinner by the time I send him the screenshot, and then, you know, Kev will work on it, and then back it'll come. Now, because I'm delayed, I still haven't completed the previous podcast recording, the Joe Valacast, right? But Kev was already saying, "Hey Rain, I know you haven't finished the podcast edit, but why don't you just send me the screenshot anyway, so I can get the mask done?" So now Kev was pulling work forward because I hadn't had it for him. Kev's really efficient.
And, you know, the only reason I do that, Rain, is because if it's on my mind right now, but when you're ready to send it, it'll be gone from my mind, and I'll be like, oh
shit,
I gotta get that done. So when it's on my brain, I better get it handled, or it'll be gone.
And again,
that's all.
Many thanks
No pressure.
to all of you for boosting, those that have boosted to make this possible.
Yep.
To put this right in the lap of Casual Kev. Bottom line, you wouldn't have anything to do if we hadn't done this.
All you
Fantastic.
shit ballers.
Choo-choo train chugging down the track. Ooh.
Chris
Roller
is
train.
That's our intro for the podcast. You realize, Chris?
Yeah, I do. That's why I did it. Okay, the roller train. The roller train is an unusual community event, I believe. I don't really see it in other communities, but I'm sure there is other communities. But I think what the deep down base, what it entails, is that we want to get somebody to partner within our community. And I think it has evolved over time how we do that and how we get people involved and how to. The most difficult part, I think, is getting the community on board with it and understanding what we're trying to do. It is very, very difficult. I'm sure if you had all our community in a hall and told them what we're doing, we'd get partner within a month. Fact. But it is difficult to get it across, but that is what we're actually trying to do. And what it also do is it coordinates the streamers. And it's quite unusual because as a streamer, you definitely, one of your traits, you have to be very, very selfish to yourself. And it's very difficult to get that selfishness over into a community so it can evolve into a large community and everybody gets involved. It is one of the most... It took me 45, 50 years to get that trait, maybe a bit less actually, 40 years, to understand how communities really, really work. And that's only due down to my own business running that, blah, blah, blah. But for the roller train to succeed, we have to keep going, obviously, as we do, and we have to try and find ways of getting people more involved in what we're doing, because, as we know, I'm sure you're going to divulge some of the figures, Rain, where you are. I'm sure Kev or Wolve or whoever wants to divulge their figures. We are really close with some of them, so I'm just so passionate about getting somebody there to partner. I'm really, I don't want partner, or I do want partner, or I don't want partner. I'm not bothered. But the community we've got now. If you said to me before I came to BarrelRoller, you're going to have an average of X amount of viewers, and this is going to be this community, and you're going to be involved, I'd be happy for the rest of my life. Honestly, I would. But obviously, you need to succeed, and it's just in your human nature that you want to do better. You want to... Me personally, I just want to get involved with that community more and just build it and build it and build it. And as everybody else does in this channel, it's just that my emotions and my passion sometimes comes across a bit offensive sometimes. People go, wow, Chris, that's a bit, front face. But like I said before, it's like poetry. Tell the truth. Only 90% of the people don't like it. So, but yeah, I do sometimes find it difficult to get across my emotions and my passion. And these people in here, they all know what I'm like and where I'm trying to go with this. And they help me, they help each other, we all help each other. And all I seem to drive into them is community. I get told off so many times, no, we're not doing that. No, we're not doing that. I text Rain, I've got an idea. Little lady goes, no, we're not doing that. No.
Chris?
No. Yeah.
No, I love it.
So getting
I
back
love
to
it.
the road, yeah. So getting back to the So getting back to the road train movie, yeah, it's just something I think it is, and it's established because we are organised. We all know what we're doing. The community knows what we're doing, and people can just come and just see their favourite streamers whenever they want. So, I think it should build from there.
I feel like we serve a dual purpose. I think we're trying to grow the category in Twitch, the racing sim category in Twitch. Yeah. And, so there's a mutual benefit here to the teamwork that we're achieving and to try to build those numbers to where one of us can become a partner. But it's difficult right now. The current category... we don't have hundreds of thousands of followers, so it's very difficult to cultivate the regulars in the community to come in, hang with us, help support our numbers so that we can eventually get to a point where one of us can make that application to Twitch for a partner. It's a struggle right now with this category.
Yeah, it is a tough place to be. We definitely have a strong core of it that is built up over time. We can feel that there is that potential soon, but so at this point, probably what I'll do is I'll throw up some numbers, I'll throw up some screens to illustrate the point. So ultimately, to get one of us to be able to apply for partnership, this is just the application, right? The application can still be rejected, but to be able to apply for a partnership, there are 3 metrics. 2 of them basically, if you stream, you pass. There's nothing special to get past those two metrics. But the metric that is tough is to have a true 75 average viewer count for the last 30 days, 28 days, or however many days. Is it days or?
Approximately 1 month.
Yep, 30 days.
It's a month, right? But I can't remember if it's 30 days or...
It lists as a 30-day performance.
30 day. There we go.
Yeah.
And of course, the definition of a live view is
Yes.
a bit of a biter.
So the Twitch gives plenty of ways for a view to not count. You know, you could be there. You could be thinking, I'm supporting this streamer. I'm viewing this streamer. But if you within the Twitch video panel, there's a volume slider. If that is all the way down and the volume's off in that panel, Twitch doesn't believe you're watching, even though the audio might not be the point of watching, or you might need to you're watching, but you need your ears to pay attention to something else. But Twitch won't count that as a view. That's number one. Number two, if you've got multiple tabs open, whether you are watching multiple streams at a time, whether you've just stopped paying attention to how many tabs you've got, or whatever the case is, once you go beyond 3 Twitch tabs in the one browser, it stops counting views.
I think important to mention, is if instead of muting the browser, also instead of muting the video, you can mute the browser instead.
Yeah, you mute the browser,
and that way it still counts.
Browser tab.
The browser tab,
yeah.
Depending on the browser you're using, if you're using Opera GX, you can mute the tab. I think Chrome doesn't support it unless you have a plugin.
You can mute the tab.
You can in Chrome?
It's fully supported.
Yep.
Yeah, it's fully
okay, so
you can
Chrome
mute
works.
Individual. The problem is it mutes all the tabs for that site.
You can then get a plugin to fix that.
So that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So with Chrome, you mute. You mute all of Twitch if you do that. But anyway, the muting the tab at the top of a browser, or muting the browser in Windows, that will work as long as you keep the volume in the Twitch player. That will count as a view. So that's how you make that count. The other is use of like a multi-stream site where you can get up multiple Twitch streams so you can watch stuff. That doesn't count, because what essentially is happening there is that site is hosting that stream, and hosted views, and they don't count either.
Embedded views, essentially.
Embedded views. If the stream is embedded somewhere in another page, that doesn't count. Twitch won't count that. Twitch might count it in your viewer numbers, right? So you've got how many viewers are watching at that time, because hosts will boost that number, but it won't count towards a partnership push. And finally, when you raid over into somebody, Twitch tracks that you've come over from a raid. In a browser, you'll see that there's an extra bit of text, a referrer link that gets added in the URL. It's added. It says referrer equals raid. So if you're sitting there with that referrer equals raid in the browser in the URL, then you're not counting as supporting. So we found that you either manually delete that bit of text, or you click on the streamer's name to clear that out, because then Twitch thinks, oh, you're deliberately going into this stream to watch them. So that's what Twitch wants to see. Twitch wants to see people who are going directly into the stream.
Sort of an organic view, I guess, right?
Yeah.
There are also
there's
extensions
setup,
out there as well that can remove the referral from the URL.
Yeah.
In Twitch's defense, I mean, it's a good setup the way that they're doing it. It's a pain in the butt for us, and to get this word out to everybody that wants to support us. But if it wasn't in play the way that they have it, there would be people botting,
gaming
and getting
the system.
Partnership bids. Yeah, they'd be gaming the system, and it wouldn't be no good. So it's a good thing it's there. It's a pain because we're trying to get there, but ultimately it needs to be there.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree. It's a good countermeasure. You know, just like our logo, right? So I think there's a great parallel here. Just like the Barrel Rollers logo, you know, the getting partner, it's something that Twitch wants people to work towards. It's something that Twitch wants people to value. And we have the same feeling towards our logo, towards being counted as somebody who's streaming for the Barrel Rollers. It's understood. It's understood. And that's why we're working towards it. Like, you know, it isn't the be all and end all for us. Right, we're still doing what we do out of love, but it gives us a goal to work towards, and so good.
Never motivated personally for this partnership. It was always the community for me. I can't see it being anything but beneficial for the community.
Yeah.
I mean, if I wanted to make a living at Twitch, well, that's never going to happen, I don't think so. But I think the benefit for the community is huge if we can get a partner in our community.
Yeah, so just like, I guess, again, there's a parallel here with the Discord boosts, right? You know, it's we are, but in this case we're working on it because we can see the potential is there. We can see that we do have enough people in the community to actually make this happen with a concerted effort. And yeah, we want it to happen to multiple people because ultimately we'd like to have multiple stream teams, you know, because we have multiple interests in the Barrel Rollers. We've got the mainstream Dirt Rally 2 line that connects us all, but we have a more specialist line with esports now. So a stream team for Barrel Rollers, and you can be in multiple stream teams as well. The stream team for Barrel Rollers, maybe a stream team for the esports rollers. Maybe
endurance racing, maybe
iRacing endurance stream team as well. Because, you know, the way we do this now is we use some channels in our Discord to try to highlight people in our community on the right hand side of Discord as well. When people who we want to promote, you know, as part of our community, you see their name jump up to the top when they go live in Twitch, to highlight and promote them in that manner. And that's another reason when we finish up our streams, we look for a roller to raid into. We prefer to try to boost the community. If we have a stream team, if we have that function, that does a lot of this thing for us. It's not that we would stop doing what we're doing at the moment. You know, we want to continue to strengthen the community. But the stream team is just that extra thing that can push us forward. I think there are other things that we haven't even thought about much that, you know, a partnership would bring for us big benefits for the community that having a partner or multiple partners could bring to our community to help move it forward. But I think the main focus is setting up the first stream team and then setting up the second and then more and more. So yeah, we are planning ahead. We are working on this. And number one, thank you to everybody who's been supporting us. There are people who've been supporting this for a year, more than a year now.
More.
Maybe 14,
19 months. Yeah.
Maybe 14 to 15 months since we started on this. I think so it started on the roller train. Maybe
that's probably very accurate.
Yeah. But
so thank you everybody
yes, so,
for your support. Yes.
So
we are we're still going on with this because we have seen significant growth from a year ago. We have much better numbers and things works much better now, so it is doable.
I think we had ultimate hopes this was going to happen rapidly, but we've learned our lesson. We're working within the limits that is presented to us, and working with building the community. So again, having reset our goals and understand the expectations of partnership, build the community, as Niz says.
And the message is definitely, we are committed. We're here for the long run, and we can see that there are so many of you who are also committed and here for the long run. We're looking forward to more and more things, like maybe that Dirt Rally free at some point.
Don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath yet.
But yeah, we keep looking to the future. We make, and when I say we the whole community, right? We're making big investments in a lot of our gear, a lot of our hardware. For sim racing, it comes with a territory. You don't make these kind of investments and just drop and run. So that's number one. Like, we love it. We love what we do. We love sharing what we do. We love being on Twitch. We love the people we've met. We're not going anywhere. We're absolutely not going anywhere. We'll keep on evolving.
Wolve's hat should be going somewhere.
Soon.
It should.
It should be coming off very soon.
It should. That should be a massive incentive. So look, we want to talk more about this kind of thing in this sort of format. So I hope this is enlightened. If it hasn't, if it's just confused mainly because of me rambling at 7:30 a.m., then please hit us with more questions that we can address in the future. Okay, well, that concludes the very first BarrelRoller Admin podcast. Highly experimental, but I'm hoping we can run more of these in the future. So for now, from me, RaindancerAU, thank you. Let's go around, everyone say goodbye, and just a quick
much love, rollers. Thank you for your support, you dirty rotten.
Yes, you guys are absolutely amazing. Every single one of you that stop into all of our streams and support every roller out there. So thank you very, very much.
You're all right. See you next time.
Yeah, thank you for all the lurkers, all the watchers, all the chatters in the Discord, all the boosters. Every one of you are amazing.
Agreed. Well said. And thanks, of course, everyone for listening.
Peace. Bye.
We love you all.
Perfect.
Me too. Much love.
A choo-choo train chugging down the track. Ooh, roller train.